Once, in a quiet kingdom surrounded by rolling hills and glowing castles, lived a young girl named Cinderella. Her life did not begin in sorrow. As a child, she knew warmth, laughter, and love. Her mother's gentle voice filled the house, and her father's smile made the world feel safe. But fate is rarely kind forever. When her mother passed away, the light in Cinderella's world began to fade. Her father remarried, hoping to restore happiness. Yet instead, darkness entered their home. After his death, Cinderella was left alone with a stepmother whose heart was colder than her polished smile, and two stepsisters who mistook cruelty for strength. The house that once echoed with joy became a place of shadows. Cinderella was stripped of comfort, dressed in worn clothes, and given endless chores. She cleaned floors, carried ash, and worked until her hands trembled. Yet her spirit never hardened. They called her weak. They called her nothing. But kindness lived quietly within her. At night, when the world finally slept, Cinderella would sit by a small window and look at the stars. She did not dream of revenge or riches. She dreamed of freedom and of being seen. One day, a royal invitation arrived. The prince was hosting a grand ball, not to choose beauty alone, but to find a soul that felt true. Excitement filled the house. The stepsisters laughed, planned, and demanded perfection. Cinderella helped them prepare, stitching gowns and fixing crowns, while knowing she would never be allowed to go, and she wasn't. As the carriage disappeared into the distance, Cinderella stood alone, her heart heavy but unbroken. That was when magic answered her tears. A gentle light appeared, and from it stepped a fairy godmother, warm, glowing, and kind. She did not change Cinderella because she was beautiful. She changed her because she was worthy. In a swirl of light and wonder, rags became a shimmering silver-blue gown, and glass slippers sparkled like stars. But the magic came with a warning. Return before midnight. At the palace, time seemed to pause. When Cinderella entered the ballroom, the music softened, the whispers rose, and the prince saw her, not as a mystery, but as peace. They danced as if the world had narrowed to just two hearts beating in the same rhythm. But time does not stop for dreams. The clock struck midnight. Cinderella ran, leaving behind a single glass slipper, fragile, shining, and full of truth. The prince searched the kingdom, holding on to hope and that one small shoe. Many tried to deceive him, but destiny cannot be forced. When he reached Cinderella's home, the slipper fit only one person. Her. In that moment, the girl they had ignored stood taller than all of them. Cinderella did not rise because of magic. She rose because she endured. She forgave, not because they deserved it, but because she was free. And so, Cinderella became a princess, not crowned by glass or gold, but by kindness, patience, and quiet strength. Because this story was never about a ball, or a slipper, or even magic. It was about a girl who stayed kind and changed her fate forever.